So what happened at 9/11? Did Bush do 9/11 or was it Obama, according to this guy?
Barack Obama had big part of 9/11.
Which part?
Not being around, always on vacation, never in the office.
Why do you think Barack Obama wasn't in the Oval Office on 9/11?
That I don't know. We'd like to get to the bottom of that.
Because a passenger plane crashes into a 3-story building and the building stays standing. That's exactly what happened in the recent plane crash in India. And naturally, the internet lit up. Why didn't the building collapse? Was it staged? Why did 9/11 look so different? Let's break it down calmly, logically, and with a bit of engineering. And once again, common sense. In a collision, where the plane hits matters most. Here is the first thing most people miss. The aircraft didn't hit the base of the building or the middle of the building. It hit the top. Imagine a Jenga tower. If you remove blocks from the top, it doesn't collapse. But pull something out of the middle or bottom, boom, the whole thing crumbles. That is exactly how buildings behave in real life. The lower floors carry all the weight. So when a plane strikes the top, like in this crash, the damage is isolated and the rest of the structure can stay intact. Secondly, this wasn't 9/11, let's be clear. Now, of course, people love to compare any plane versus building crash to 9/11. But that is like comparing a punch to the shoulder with a punch to the neck. Let's talk facts. On 9/11, huge airliners smashed into the middle of the World Trade Center towers at around 500 to 600 miles per hour. They carried thousands of gallons of jet fuel, which ignited massive fires that burned for nearly an hour. Those fires weakened the steel support columns, leading to total internal collapse. Now contrast that with the Indian crash. The plane hit the top of a low-rise building. It was flying at a much slower speed during ascent. And while there was an explosion, there was no long burning inferno inside the building. So no, the building didn't fall because the impact wasn't anywhere near as destructive as 9/11. Thirdly, the aircraft broke apart on impact. This is very important. The plane didn't go through the building, it broke apart. Wings, engines, fuselage, they all fragmented and mostly landed outside the building. When something breaks apart on impact, it spreads out the energy, and that's exactly what happened here. It's the difference between hitting a wall with a sledgehammer and throwing a bunch of smaller hammers at it. Fourthly, building materials lives matter too. This wasn't a skyscraper made of glass and steel. It was a brick and concrete hostel. And these kinds of building, they're stubbornly strong.